What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lennartz, subprime hero.
And we are excited to be bringing you a new and fresh, hot and piping DC20 Unlocked episode represented by DriveCentric, the incredible innovators of a great CRM system that you need to book a demo on. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, everybody. Plug. But Fred, we got a really incredible solutionary that's on here. Can't believe that we tied him down, and we're actually going to get to hear a little bit from him over at the next DC20 event. How awesome is that?
Oh, man, I'm super excited about it. For one, this dude has the look that I'm trying to go towards, so I can't wait to get him on the screen. I'm telling you right now, his beard and his hair is on point. I love it all. I'm excited. He looks like he's experienced, looks like he's the wizard of automotive. Let's make this thing happen. I can't wait to talk some more. But yes, DC20, it's coming, folks. But the next one is going to be in Nashville. And that's just right down the street from Lou and I. I can't wait to go. It is the place where music and friends and everyone come to just have a good time. You see a lot of future artists there. And I'm going to tell you, that's what's going on with the CRM. This is the future art of how to handle customer relationships. Let's go, baby. And you know what? This guy's going to bring some great knowledge. He's not only going to be at the event, but he's going to be speaking at the event. And he's going to be talking about some really great ways to utilize this amazing tool that we call DriveCentric. This DriveCentric.com. Make sure, like you heard Lou say, get yourself a demo, because this freaking system is blowing up everywhere. They're right at that 2,000 dealer mark. And, you know, usually when you get to that as a business, it just explodes from there. Folks, I don't know if you guys have heard, they've also connected with Ford Direct. So I'm going to tell you something. When you get connected with Ford Direct, man, you're going to grow up really quick. So I'm excited to hear that. When you get backed by a big company like that, that means your CRM is doing some things. So let's go.
That's right. And so with that, and CRM's doing big things, people doing big things, we want to go ahead and get things popping and locking, everybody. I'm excited to get this conversation going, and you need to help us out real quick and make sure that we get plenty of people inside of this conversation, and tag a car guy.
Tag a car gal.
And share. Get the word out, everybody. Let's go ahead and get some people up in here, because we're pumped up to have, for today's DC20 Unlocked episode, the one, the only Heath Patterson.
Let's go.
Welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. It's a blessing to be here. I've seen you guys, met you guys, but I saw you guys the first time over at Digital Dealer in Tampa, and sat back and watched in the background, watched the episodes, and I was like, this is fire over here, man. These guys are pumped.
Well, we appreciate that.
So I'm blessed. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're excited that you're here. Pumped up. You're somebody that is very easy to spot from a long distance. Like Fred was saying, this guy has the works done. If we do this in the right order, it almost looks like I'm the one that started on this great product of getting the hair quality set up. Fred is in transition, and you are the fully matured version, brother. We love it. Everybody's looking good. Excited for today. Fred, this is awesome.
I love this.
Yeah, man. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Excited that you're here. So tell us a little bit, for those that don't know who you are, where you're from, what you're brewing, and why it is that we have you on here as a super user of this incredible tool. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Heath.
So I'm Heath Patterson from Orlando, Florida, or area of Orlando, Florida. Born and raised here. Ex-professional musician, lived out in Los Angeles for many years, and was a drummer in a pretty well band, and toured the world for 12-something years, and a lot of records out, MTV, all that stuff, and then met my beautiful wife, and we decided to move back here to Florida back in 2004, and was going to take some money and do some restaurants, and wind up kind of automotive fell in my lap, to be quite honest. Had a social media Twitter account back in the day when it was Twitter, about Mazda, and it exploded and blew up, went into about almost over 3 million fans. And then Mazda heard about it, invited me out to LA, wound up hanging out with them for a couple of days, and then they flew me out to Austin, Texas for the first Formula One race, and met a bunch of car guys, and met Chad Rogers from Classic Mazda East here in Orlando, and said, man, everybody's talking about you and this whole social thing, and when you get back in town, let's talk. And so we did, and they offered me a job, and it's been a blessing. It's been 12 years. So I was very dark and no beard, and I became the Gandalf of auto sales, as they say. So a lot of fun, man. I started in sales, top salesperson in the company. Was just crushing it with Mazda. I was using video and social media because I still have it. It's a social media consulting business, and I worked mostly with race car drivers. And so I kind of incorporated that whole lifestyle into automotive. And I think that's why I was able to achieve such quick success with it. And then, when you're crushing it for months and months and top salesperson, blah, 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 the management team was like, well, we want to put a team under these two. So now you're a manager. And then the
Right.
next thing I know, I'm a desk manager. And the next thing you know, I'm a general sales manager. The next thing you know, I'm the CRM guru guy for our entire company. We've got 10 stores, Mazda, of course, 2 Mazda stores, 2 Hondas, soon to be 2 Audis. We have 1 Audi, but we've got another Audi being built, Hyundai and Genesis. And then we've got a couple of used car superstores called Drivers Mart USA. So
Right on.
super blessed to be with the Holler family, going on 90 years, second oldest family-owned business in Florida for automotive, and they are the creme de creme when it comes to working for them. So they give me some great opportunities to hang out with guys like you guys.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, awesome.
That's me in a nutshell, man. That's it. That's all I got.
That's me in a nutshell. I love it. This is me in a nutshell. Oh, I'm stuck. So
Let me out.
let me out. I'm in a nutshell. So I absolutely love everything you just told us there. I love that you gave us a little bit of your history. It lets us know that this is a real car guy, guys and gals out there. Knowing that he's been in there, he knows what it's like to be having to sell a vehicle and do it in a different market and different times. And Mazda's, man, what a cool place to do it and be the face of that, right? And be able to be a loud voice for Mazda. I do love Mazda products. We've been able to push a lot of those out in my day too. Made a lot of money on those, but helped a lot of customers get really reliable vehicles, more importantly. So excited to hear what you're going to be talking about. So DC20, it's coming around the corner. We're talking about very soon. I can't wait to see you out there. We're going to have a great time. What about this event made you say, hey, I want to speak at this one?
I love that they're doing it now off-site. I've spoke at many of them. I've done 3 there at the DC20, 1 virtually, and it's always been a lot of fun. I've actually made some really great friends, met cool guys like you. We broke bread at a restaurant that one day and got to hang out. And I'm really big in the collaboration. I really think that's what DC20, in my opinion, is all about. We're all humbled. We're given a chance to go there from our dealer groups and to be able to hang out and collaborate and exchange ideas. I love listening to the other presenters. I think that is something that's really cool for me to learn. I've taken back a lot of stuff from like the shop group, and it's just the list just goes on, and bring that back to my team. And what I've noticed after DC20, and I wound up bringing a whole bunch of my staff, digital sales managers from the group with me this last time. And man, the fire that put in the bellies when they came back, it permeated still today. We put in a lot of stuff, practices that maybe wasn't discovered. And, you can sit there and tell an employee about certain things. When they get to hear it from somebody else, a different, fresh voice, a fresh face, to me, it seems to resonate. And it wound up producing a lot of car sales. So I think that's the game of it. And so if you're going there, if you're going there to be just to listen, that's okay. But I think the ones that do the best are the ones who really put themselves out there and say, hey, I'm Heath and I work da-da-da, and what do you do? And next thing you know, we're talking, we're hanging out. And to me, it's just a fun event. And we're going to be in Nashville. I mean, come on, Nashville. I mean, get to hang out with Steve Wrestler's hometown now.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome,
is that he's now assimilating to the whole Nashville flow. And now we're going to be able to take it outside of St. Louis. We love St. Louis. It's awesome going out there to DriveCentric. I'm sure that your leaders that were able to make it to a DC20 event were surely ignited a bit with the environment that is at the DriveCentric headquarters. It's so hard not to be impressed by that. It's so hard not to leave there saying, man, what can we put at our store that's super fun and awesome and gets us back to work or smiling and having that mandatory fun for the day.
Yeah.
It's awesome, that environment that they create. But taking the show to Nashville is going to be awesome. One, because it does switch it up a little bit for people that have been to a DC20 before. It also brings people to Nashville that probably just haven't come to this side of the country. I mean, we know a few people, a couple dealer friends of ours that are coming out to this, never been to Nashville, never seen it before, and are going to be very surprised by who wears and who doesn't wear the cowboy boots. But with that said, we are pumped up that there is so much that's going on with this event, and there is a curating of experiences that they do make sure happen at these DC20 events. What were one of the most fun experiences or excursions that you had at one of the DC20s?
Ooh, man, the Anheuser-Busch, that was amazing. I mean,
That was cool.
you're talking about, that's where, Ulysses S. Grant's house is at. And we got there and they rented the entire place, which was amazing. And to see the history of that place, getting, we had the whole facility to our place, man. I had never played, what is that, cornhole game. I'd never played it. I won like 3 games in a row. I was the king, and then I got tired. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna let somebody else play because,
I'm tired of winning, y'all.
we got to hang out there in the corner, and I got to hang out and have some nice drinks and great food, and even got to smoke a cigar with my friends and stuff. So we had a good time, man. And I know that they put on some good events, and it's nice because everybody gets to cut loose and not, kind of, because you made friends during the day, so you get to hang out and actually even talk more and build even those stronger relationships, which I think with this whole community that I've noticed over 12 years, you build really good base community of friends and, and people that you can hang out with and talk with. I email a ton of people, and they email me, and we're texting and, hey, what about this
That's
ideas?
cool.
Can you give me a tip about training, and what are you trying to do new this time? And I'm always hitting up Jonathan Schultz over at DriveCentric. Give us more
He's the
mobile, give us
best.
more mobile features, and they have done that. That's one of the things that I love.
Mhm.
It's like Christmas is, I'm an Apple guy, of course, so I'll hit my apps and I'll do the refresh, and all of a sudden I see that DriveCentric new update coming in, and it's like candy because they are so on top of adding new features to their whole platform, whether it be desktop, and we're a beta store for them, so I got a lot of different beta products running right now in our other stores, and it's just, I love new stuff,
Awesome.
man. Technology, that's DriveCentric, and I don't work for them. I'm just hyped up with them, and that's just
Right.
how it goes.
I don't blame you, but that's the thing is that they turn their clients into people that work with them, right? And that's the whole idea. It's not just DriveCentric's product, it's yours and DriveCentric's product. To your point, you come up with great ideas and they're like, hey, what about doing this with mobile? What we need this on mobile. We need this even on desktop. We need this.
Yep.
And they're going to go in there and they're going to do everything they can. So I love about Jonathan Schultz and his team. They want to make sure that the product is evolving, that it's constantly getting better. And I want to touch back on the point where you said at the Anheuser-Busch, the Grant farm, right? What an amazing experience that was. I was blessed enough to have my wife with me at that place. And really got to see the Clydesdales, got to do all that stuff, got to play cornhole. We got to have some free food and sit inside that beer garden area. It was amazing, right? You felt like you were in Germany. It was just that nice. I really had a great time that night. But the conversations, I want to talk about that. You said that during the events, you get to meet some really amazing people and talk about some really great things and great ideas. What people don't realize is, like, unlike these other huge events like NADA, Digital Dealer, which are great, go to those too. But these people you see all day, and then you get to see them again at night. You're not going to lose them to another dinner, another party, another this. So the conversation continues. And those conversations get real. Like talking about your team, where they get more faith in because they hear other people talking about using the product. Well, now they get to sit down and have time with them at night and really hear about how that product's working. I've heard more advice and tips given at the dinners and at the excursions than I do during the day, because during the day it's business. They're going through their thing. They're saying their talk. You get off script a little bit, but it's pretty much this is what we're doing. But after hours, somebody like me could walk right up to somebody like you and say, hey, explain that to me a little bit more. I really enjoyed what you said about using that video tool inside there. How did your team, how'd you get them to buy in? And then you could talk about how you got them to buy in right there. This is what happens at these DC20s, and they're phenomenal. I, as doing what Lou and I do as dealership development, going into all these stores and helping them get to the next level, I don't just learn about DC20 or DriveCentric products while I'm there. I'm learning about so much. And it really helps me be able to tie those into other dealerships that I'm working with and be able to connect them with dealers that are using those tools and say, hey, I got a friend over at XYZ Motors that I met at DriveCentric's event, and they're doing that. You should talk to them. Now I have a connection. This is big for everyone, and I love it. And it's grown, and I love it doing it offsite. I think Nashville was a big move for them, and I think it's a great move for them because it's going to bring some excitement to it. And I can't wait to be there, man. I can't wait to see you speak. So tell everybody real quick about what you're talking about and what day are you talking?
It looks like I'm doing the first day. I will be speaking about video, why you should be using video. You know, COVID was pretty weird times, as we all have experienced.
Was it?
Yeah, it was wild. And what I've noticed though was pre-COVID, you know, a lot because we're a one price store, so we don't negotiate. We sell everything. You know, we're not having managers sitting there and foursquaring. It's just it's a one price dealership group. Buy smart, be happy. That's our motto there. And our salespeople are all commission free too. So what was happening is that before COVID, it was like, you know, just give us your best number and we're gonna go take it and shop it. And we have no problem doing that because we believe in what we do.
Right.
What I noticed that during, you know, the COVID time is that we started wearing masks, right? And I noticed that our engagement was trending upwards, small, slow increments. And it was weird because I'm a big into data and stuff. And we noticed that after COVID, when the mask came off, our engagement went through the roof. And our top, you know, we got 200 salespeople, so out of our 10 stores. Our top 50, top 75 salespeople had the highest engagement rate, had the lowest response time. So they were answering, you know, responses back from chat or email under 5 minutes. And as a company, we try to be under 15, even 10 minutes. And what I noticed was that these clients that we were getting, they wanted to see who they were buying from. And I kept preaching about how video is such a game changer, even before COVID, right? But now it's even more important because they get to see who they're buying the car from. But hey, Fred, hey, Lou, the car you're wanting is right here behind me. And yes, it does come with Apple CarPlay. But I wasn't really sure, though, are you wanting the lighter interior or the darker interior? Because I do have both in the same color, and I can't wait to meet you. I still think it all starts with you getting in the car, doing a test drive. I'm open till 7 o'clock tonight. Let me know when's a great time to come in. I can't wait to meet you guys. Let's go, right? So we're seeing them. We're seeing the product. We're asking the questions that they asked in the lead. We're asking an open, engaging questions. There's a reason for them to respond back. And that's what I'm going to be teaching about and going over at DC20.
Oh, that's awesome. Car guys, make sure that you make your way to Nash Vegas just for that conversation and just for that talk and to actually dig in a little bit deeper after he delivers that. And that's what we really love about the way that these events go. We've been to conventions, and of course, people get the chance to have their time on stage. They put their stuff out there, and then they try to field conversations from multiple people inside of the audience afterwards, but everybody's still moving to another point. The cool thing is with a DC20 event is everybody can take their notes and sit down, get in a comfortable position to really just dig in a little bit deeper, ask some questions from their notes, which hopefully everybody is taking. But Heath, that's something that is great about how it makes sure that an actual lasting impression of the inspiration that we get in an event like this actually takes root. It goes into place. And that's what I think most people get out of the event even more. I mean, of course, relationships are critical. It's key that they get those because those are actually what we build upon. But it's the processes and the way that we approach using the tools that is the most critical that people are able to take back, because it's always cool when we get updates with the technology. It's always great when the technology is doing good things, and that's what we're unified around. The thing is that not everybody is a super user. Not everybody is like you that's willing to be a beta tester of what they don't know is going to work or not work, and then seeing that it's okay. These are cool things that the system does. And that's awesome. And that's usually what gets somebody to buy, right? That's usually what gets somebody to say, all right, we'll take it. That was super cool. And then they go and man, I got this cool thing in a box. It's this DriveCentric, and we're going to do these cool things. And then somebody's like, all right, so what's the process behind that? And we're like, yeah, it's a cool thing, right? And that's where I think the magic happens, is that the paradigms that we all have and the way that we approach using tools is what's challenged, and also the provocation of what we can do more of, and to think of, man, how do we really maximize this? And then, like, when conversations happen, I'm sure you were there for Carlo, talking about get rid of all your tasks.
Yeah, it's crazy. No business rules. Right? That's
and
nuts.
Everybody's in, what do you mean get rid of tasks? Yelling at our people about get your tasks done, and then he hits you with the, you're still chasing your tail on that task list, right? And so that's what I think is so magical, is that it's not just what's awesome about what we have, but these are people that have applied the people part of the technology and put a process together. And I think that's awesome. And people need to listen in on that. What have you picked up that you've implemented from one of these events inside of your stores?
Well, the biggest one right there you were talking about, of course, was Carlos. And he and I have spoke on DC's stage a couple of times. And so I consider him a really good friend. The guy is absolutely a sweetheart guy, and he's really knowledgeable, right? Mm-hmm. I think, though, no matter what happens, there has to be a cultural shift. And it starts from the very, very top of believing in what's going to happen, right? Yeah. Carlos's management team and owners of his business, of his company he works for, believed in that vision, that what he had was like, we're going to try this, right? And now it's their culture not to have those business rules. And I think it was just, taking that leap of faith and saying, let me try this. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, bad on me. You can fire me. You can do whatever you want to do with me. But I want to thank you for giving me the shot to be able to do that. And I think that's kind of the same thing, where it's like, I would love, and we've kind of done some of that, where I took a lot of these business rules. We're not there yet. We're not in the Carlos world yet. He's in another atmosphere. But what we've done is I have taken, we've gone in and we've got a team together, and I presented like, hey, we need to cut down on all these tasks. These tasks are too much. Imagine walking in the middle of the morning, or when you first walk in the morning and go, hey, Fred, here you go, man. I've got 50 things for you to do before you do anything else today. And it's too much, right? So we went and dropped them all down, and we're really attacking that first 3 to 5 days, and then we're spreading it out just a little bit, right? But if there's a conversation going on day 6 or 7, we're going to keep full force on it and make sure. The bottom line is, if you can get somebody in the door and show them what you have, and you believe in the product that you have, you've got a really, really good chance, right? We're closing over 50%, well over 50% for shown to sold. And we're, the industry standard right now is supposedly 10% internet closing ratio. Our stores are doing like 15 to 22, 23% closing ratios. I got some sales stats even higher than that. And it all starts with the video. And that's what I preach about. That's how I started my career. We had a CRM that had a video platform, I'm not going to name them. But I got so frustrated with it, because I was like, I do all this social stuff, and this is just, wow, this is like making it so tough for me. So I started my own YouTube channel. And so Lou, I would send you you would send me a lead, and I would send you a video on YouTube unlisted. So I knew when you watched it and how many times you watched it, and started that conversation. And back then with Skype and Google Hangouts was really going, hey, Lou, you want us to do a conversation online real quick? I can actually send you a link, and we can just sit there and talk, virtually. And let me show you the car. That's why I love this new feature. This is not, me product announcing to everybody, but Google it is on DriveCentric. It's called Live Rooms. We have sales staff that's using it. We've sold cars off it. It's basically FaceTime built already in to DriveCentric. These are some of the technologies that Drive is doing. And it's so funny, because I still give Steve a hard time about this. When we first got with them about 6 years ago, over 6 years, I said, man, you guys got to have a live video thing between customer, and he listened to me. He didn't seem like, hey, we're going to make it happen kind of deal. But you know what? It must have sparked a conversation, because it wasn't 2 or 3 years later they had that going on. And when it first came out, we beta tested it. It was all right. It was okay. I'm going to be real.
You should be.
They took it back to the drawing board and said, we're going to redo this thing. Now it's 1,000 times better than it was. And that's one of the reasons why I I always said, listen, I've ever got canned with my company, which blessings that would never happen. But if it did, I would not go to another group that did not have DriveCentric. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Or I'll just retire,
Or
or
just
I'll just
say
go and,
you have to sign up with DriveCentric if I'm signing on.
yeah,
Book
basically.
your
Oh, I think
demo.
first
Let me know
question,
when
what
you're
CRM do you
signing.
guys use? Oh, DriveCentric? I'm in. Let's go. You know,
Awesome.
but it's
Love
nice
it
to
a
see
lot.
that they are continuously changing stuff up. And so when you come up DC20, which, I hope all you guys that are watching are coming, hit me up. I spent a whole day, literally, no joke, a whole day on training on capturing engagement with video. That's all I do. And then there's the follow
I
up with
love
it,
that.
right? We make sure that, there's management teams that are there that see it. We've got even finance people, because we got finance people now using video with their clients. It humanizes, like Steve said, it humanizes the buying experience. Well, it really does. It really does humanize that buying experience. And I just think if you can capture that engagement with that client, it makes you real. And that is really what is going to help you get a full on edge on selling a car from a competitor. I shop dealerships around Florida all the time.
And you
They
should. I love that.
they never send videos. And
That's
No,
true.
and it's proven. It's a proven stat that if
it
you do,
is.
they respond better. If you do, they show up to more appointments. If you do,
Yep.
they buy more often. Why are we not doing it? It's silly and it's easy. And we're salespeople. Why do salespeople? I just got to know. And we'll probably never know this answer, but why do salespeople, people who talk to people, not want to do videos? I don't get it. It's even easier and it's
I've
way
heard
more
it all,
impactful.
man. I have
Hmm.
literally trained well over 1,000 plus people, probably more than that now. If you do all the stuff I do outside of, other dealership groups, talking to them about training, it is wild to me. And I think that really starts with hiring. And I talk about this actually
Come on.
coming up. And we talk about this is like when we hire somebody, they go and they talk to the management team, right? Then there is the virtual interview with me. And that tells me a couple of things. One, am I dealing with somebody who I want to buy a car from? Right? Do they know technology? Are they able to get online? I've had them like literally say, "Oh, I don't like the way I sound or look on video." And I was like, "Hey, listen, here's the thing, my friend. We want to bring you on. Somebody saw something in you. This is our process. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. We'll just pass." And I literally will just stop the whole feed
Bingo.
and call the management and say we're out. But I have people that I have interviewed where the management team has hyped them up, and I talk to them, and I'm like, this guy's like the Grim Reaper. How Who's going to buy from this person? He's not excited about he or she is not excited about anything, and they're not smiling, and they're I'm asking pretty much the same questions.
Yeah.
It's just it's wild to me. But then you get these people that come on that are super engaging and are super extroverts, right? And they might be a full-on introvert in their real life, but for some reason they were able to turn on the juice. They made me feel excited about hanging out with them for that 10 or 15, 30-minute conversation. And they're the same person that when we say green light with them, they're the same person that we get at the store. So we know that our customers are coming in and are getting that experience. And that's what we're looking for. And video is the key to that. It humanizes it. It lets them know that I am so stoked to meet you guys. I've got this amazing product behind me, and I'm going to show you all the features that you asked about and then some. And whether you buy a car from me or not, you're going to walk out of here with two things: respect and knowledge of our product. And you walked out by having a friend.
I love that, and Lou and I, we believe in that there's a great experience, an excellent experience that we give everybody. And, uh, what you just tapped into right there is exactly what we talk about. I want Lou, we need to cut this out right here and let every one of our staffs that we're working with watch this and see that it's not just us talking about this, but somebody else who's got the data behind it, working with 200 sales pros, making sure that this happens. And then their hiring process. I love what you talked about there. Make it very clear when you're hiring people. This is the expectations. Can you do it? And if they don't want to do it, then they're not going to be part of the
Yeah.
team. These
Yeah.
are things that are essential duties. These aren't things that we optionally do. This is what it takes to work here. And if you do this here, you're going to be very successful, right? And if you're not then it's something that we did wrong. We're going to work with you. We'll get you better. So trust me, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I love what you're talking about, Heath. This is exactly right. If somebody comes in and they just don't fit the mold, don't make them fit the mold. There's tons of people who need a good career, and if you're the right person, there's going to be tons of people come to you to get this job. So be real and be consistent with the way that you work with people. Be consistent how you hire people, and be consistent on the processes that go on at work. Oh, it's so cute. It's so key. I love it. This is great.
Yeah, there's a couple things too that, and also in my class I talk about, and I'll probably talk about this at DC20 as well. My presentation is branding, right? You guys have a brand. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows me. Everybody has Mr. Beard. Everybody knows me as Mr. Beard. I have a license plate that says Mr. Beard on the back of the car. Everybody knows me as that guy who's automotive, that's got the beard and is going to take good care of them. And so I talked to myself about find your brand. People love that. It makes your presentation consistent, right? And be that person that you're on video, that person in real life, because that's who they're expecting. If you're having a bad day, leave it at the front door, turn on the charm, become hey man, listen, I got Bearded Paradise products. Let me know. BeardedParadise.com.
I love you, man.
I got my beard oil, I got my beard balm. Look, there's even my name and phases on the back of it. There we go. Look at that guy.
Hey.
It's branding, man. And that's just how we've got to do it. Because we're car people. We're extroverts. We're not introverts. Introverts are for the other people in the car industry that we all knew who they are. We still love them because without them, we wouldn't have the team. But there are people that we put on the front lines that are there to give our customers that 5-star wow experience, whether they're buying and they're a subprime customer buying a $10,000, $11,000 car. I want to make them, and I tell my staff to make sure that you treat them like they are buying ultra luxury, because you'll have a client for life. They're going to tell everybody about you, put the face with the name, show them about that, do your appointment confirmation videos the day of the appointment so they know that you are ready for them. That car is pulled aside, ready to rock. Let's do this. Let's go. We're going to change your life starting today when you pull into my dealership.
I love it. I love it, Heath. Everything you're saying is what we really want you sales pros that are out there, you managers out there to hear. Take the note, lean into it. And as many of you probably already have said and agreed and gave a big, loud foot stomping amen. Yes, we should use video. Yes, it's the best. Yes, I respond to it great. And then getting it actually implemented, letting it make the migration from inspiration to implementation is the challenge. So with that, Heath, we talked about, yes, hiring them going forward, and we 1,000,000% agree. Setting the expectation coming in, just like setting the expectation for your customer before they go through your entire buying process, helps to make sure that everybody's clear on what we're getting engaged into. But what do you say to the dealer that comes back, goes to a DC20 event, goes to a convention, but comes back and says, yes, I heard Heath speak. I heard these other people speak. Man, those crazy car guys keep talking about using video. Everybody that's saying anything is saying, use the video. It works, it works, it works. And then they have a staff of people that they have to rehire into this process, which is something that we encourage when we jump in as certified solutionaries with the store, is saying, hey, we're here to rehire everybody and to hire the new people that are going to help this dealership go to the next level. So for all those that want to be rehired, these are the new standards. These are the things that will be expected. These are the things that will be trained, so on and so forth. What do you do to make sure that it actually takes root? Or what encouragement would you give to a dealer to say, this is how you rehabilitate or retrain those that are already kind of tenured with you, that you don't want to get rid of, but we got to grow a new muscle that they've never seen before?
You know, that's a killer question. And I'll tell you this, lead by example. That's the bottom line. You know, go out there, do it yourself, become familiar with what you're trying to sell, right? Because you're going to try to sell this thing on them. And then find one or two people in your staff that is on the same train that you are, the train to success, and you keep encouraging them. And because what's going to happen is that they're going to see the success of these people that are doing these videos, and they're going to be start selling more cars. And car people are absolutely competitive, and they're going to be like, wait a second, Why do that? I have a sales guy, no joke. This guy's doing 12, 15,000 videos a year to his clients. They're 3.5 to 4 minute long videos, which is just crazy. You would think that they say, oh, people check out after 20 seconds. And that is true, right? But what he's doing, he spends a full 35, 45 seconds just talking about why you should buy from him and buy from the haulers. Then he does a full walk around, and you would think you were buying a Bugatti when you're actually buying a Ford Focus 2012 SEL or whatever they're called. I mean, it's crazy. And he's smiling the entire time. He's super enthusiastic. And that person is what is there. But what happened is like that guy, that one salesperson became the top salesperson in the company. What happened? Everybody around him started mimicking and doing his whole process. That increased our sales over and over every month, right? I use them in my training classes, and want to shout out to him. He just had, I don't want to say his name because in case he gets embarrassed, but he just had a brand new baby, so blessings to him.
Hey.
And good, you know. So and he's on maternity leave right now, so we need him back. Start selling some cars, but get do it yourself. Get out there, show them that you do it, man. I love when managers are in videos, man. It is the coolest thing. For us, we do what is a day 2 or a day 3 digital flyby for management team. So what they do is on day 2 or 3,
Love that.
we have the managers say, hey Fred, hey Lou, how was everything? I saw you were talking with Tommy in sales. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to see you before you left. Just want to see if you had any questions for me. You can call me here. You can reply back to this text or this email. I can't wait to hear your experience. Let's go. We had management that send out, our general managers sending out videos, thanking them for their purchase,
Love that.
or they don't wind up buying. And so, you if the manager, the general manager, the GSMs, the sales managers, all the way down believe in it, then we know that we're going to have a winning success. And you're not going to get them all, right? But once you build that culture, I've got stores right now that are doing 95% lead videos. So lead comes in, 95% of them are getting a lead video.
I love
Just a
that.
welcome introduction, 20, 30 seconds saying, hey, it's me. There's the car. I can't wait to meet you. Do you have any other questions? Let's go. Boom, boom. That's it. It's not hard, man. But start with word tracking. I think if you're going to try to implement this thing, do it yourself. Have a word track and say, hey, let's have a little contest. Whoever has the most videos this month, start small. Whoever has the most videos this month that are brand new clients, we're gonna give you something. And then the second contest is appointment shown. The third one, who gets any kind of feedback from the customer saying that was a great video, and they're in the comment section, hashtag it, save it, whatever, bring it to the meeting and say, hey, I have a person who is preaching this about how well I did this video, and celebrate that. Show the videos off at the sales meetings and saying, hey, here we go. There's so many different ideas. I think it just starts with culturally changing and shifting how you guys should be trying to do car deals. That's where the customer's
Wow.
going, man. We know that customers aren't walking into stores anymore on a fresh up. We know it's all done digitally, so we have to adjust. And for all those dealers that don't do videos, that's around my stores, keep doing what you're doing because I'm gonna keep getting your clients.
Stay right
Listen,
there.
I love this. And the thing is, and what I love about what you're doing here, Heath, is that he's telling you guys how to do it. It's your job to drink the water. We could lead a horse to water, but not everyone's going to drink it.
Yeah,
I
all
don't
time.
ever mind telling all the secrets on how Lou and I have done what we've done. We want to give those secrets out. I mean, it's fine. Do we train and do stuff for dealerships and help them with their development? Sure. But if you ask me a question, would I answer it? Yes. And why is because I believe that the more I give at the end of the day, when I'm sitting here, when I'm getting ready to leave this planet, that I'm going to feel very fulfilled because I gave as much as I could, right? That's my legacy. That's what I want to do. But what's beautiful is I believe in God, math, and I believe that he's going to return that favor to me, and I'm going to be favored.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be favored in so
Absolutely.
many ways. Maybe it's 10 years from now. Maybe it's something tomorrow, but whatever it is, I'm going to do it without even worrying about when it's coming, if it's coming. I just know that it is. I have faith. I have faith in my good work, right? And that's what it takes. It takes good work. It takes good people, but it takes energy, and it takes folks like you. I love you, Heath. You're a great leader. I can already tell. I would work for you in a heartbeat, right? And I think that most people who are at your store are feeling exactly the same way, if not all. And I'm excited that we had a chance to have you on the show to share these ideas. And folks, you can go back, put this on rewind, watch this. This is going to be on replay. This is all over social. It's going to be here forever. And these are some great tips that if you just took a couple of these and you just made them permanent in your store will do better. Your culture will get stronger. Your salespeople will sell more vehicles, and your customers will have a better experience. That's what it's all about. I love what we're talking about here, Heath, man. It's not just the hairs keeping him strong. That's that mind inside there, brother. I love it. Let's go.
You got to be innovative. I do, and I just want to leave with this. I feel bad for these other dealership groups that aren't incorporating this newer technology, because our industry needs to adapt. We need to sell more cars so that we all can prosper, that we can keep our industry super strong, super innovative, so that we can give the next generation, these young pups that are coming up in the company, a long life, a long career in auto sales. This industry depends on it. We got to keep adapting. Come on, man.
Yes.
There was the phone books, then it was the fax machine, then it was the internet, and now it's social media selling. And we have to adapt in order to keep us thriving. And we're all dealerships, man. We're competitive. We want to sell more than the other dealership group. So we've all got to be all in, or else we're going to die off. And that's not what we're looking for. We're not.
Love that.
Well, Heath, you've dropped a multitude of wisdom nuggets, very becoming of the display that you have with all the gray, all of the wisdom being poured out. And to Fred's point on, it is so much better to give. And the truth is, the more that you give, the more that in the end you find yourself able to give. So as you give the little that you have and you gain more knowledge, you'll be giving even more later as you continue to get more knowledge. And what we love is that you keep challenging yourself to learn more, to get more, to be the ones that are trying to be ahead of the curve, and even submitting yourself to the things that you don't even know if the technology makes sense yet, but I'm willing to give it a try, at least to be able to have that upper hand on those that I am competing with. You have to be in the know, because the technology isn't going to regress, everybody. It's going to continue to progress. We're going to continue to see how to make these tools make our life easier, to give us more time and more efficiency, taking care of our customer, taking care of our people. So we are so thankful that you are the giver that you are, Heath. We can't wait to hear you give it your best from that stage, and can't wait to just kick it with you.
I can't wait to kick it with Heath too, man. I'm going to have a good time.
We are going to have some fun.
We need to have more conversation, Keith, because you are on our wavelength, and there's so much that we can connect with and talk even more. I'm guaranteed between our three heads, we can figure out something pretty magical.
And I'm just, like I said, thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to speak about this to others. And I hope that they pick up at least one little tidbit. I am easily available. I'm sure these guys will link my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. We'll have a conversation. Remember, it's all about collaborating. It's all about giving and receiving.
Amen. Amen to that. Well, car guys and car gals, we know one thing we got to give, and that's a whole fresh dose of some F-bombs as we get ready to clean up the mess that we just made in this show, which is the mess of challenging your thinking, car guys and car gals. It can get messy trying to figure out the new solutions going to the next level, but I promise you it's more messy trying to figure out what to do after the train already passed you by. So we encourage you, get ahead of the curve, everybody. Jump on the train, jump at the next opportunity for you to be at a DC20 Unlocked event. And we will see you inside of Nash Vegas. Can't wait to be there. But let's go ahead and forgive, focus, fly so that we can keep growing all the time. So Heath, you know the moves. You've seen it before. We forgive, we focus, and we fly to keep growing all the time. So here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Focus. Fly. And keep growing, everyone. Woo!
Thank you so much for this time together, Heath. You are now officially inside of the archives of the Car Guy Coffee podcast, and we just thank everybody over at DriveCentric for making sure that we are putting together a great group of incredible people to be interviewed, interbrewed, and on this show with us. We're thankful for everybody. I am Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And I'm Fred Lennartz, subprime hero. And I want to throw a quick shout out to the Will Alexander. What's up, Will? Hope you're doing well. Forget focus fly to you. But yeah, man, I'm Fred Lennartz, the subprime hero, and we were brewing solutions with this amazing solutionary, the Gandalf of automotive, the one, the only,
the only Heath
Patterson.
Patterson. That's right, everybody.
Thank you, brothers. Much appreciated. Much
All right.
appreciated.
We'll see you at DC20, everybody. We're
All
out.
right.